Here we're going live across YouTube. We are live across YouTube and live across the world at GavsWeatherVids for a Wednesday evening. Before we do anything else, my eyes are absolutely terrible today. So you're going to notice me squinting at the screen and having to read what you're saying. But there we go. It is what it is. That's my eyes for you. And as I get older, they don't get any better. In fact, they probably get worse, as most things do as you get older. But never mind about that. We're live across YouTube right now. GavsWeatherVids for Wednesday evening. So we're going to bring you our 10 to 14 day. We're going to do everything that we would do in a regular 10 to 14 day. The only difference is that we're doing it live for you tonight. We are also going to include a lot of long range. I mean a lot. I'm going to go through the entire Copernicus suite of long range models. So that means we're going to be starting our screen share section probably very shortly. Actually, it's a very quiet live stream at the moment. We've only got 10 concurrent viewers. So I reckon, you know, I'm going for live chat. I'll probably start live stream, probably have it wrapped up by 6:30. But we'll see how it goes anyway. But anyway, that's the plan. We've got a lot to get through. So we'll be doing the screen share section a little bit quicker tonight. Probably a lot quicker, given how quiet the stream is. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Please smash that like button if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. So, how are we all doing on this Wednesday evening? Hope we're all having a nice time. And, well, it's been a decent-ish day here today. Bit humid. Yeah, humidity's going back up again after it freshened up yesterday. Reasonably bright, but you know, be one of those in-between sort of days. Certainly not a classic summer day. Oh dear, my eyes are absolutely atrocious today. What's wrong with you? Yeah. No, oh, Devil Boy, blimey, that's a bit ominous, isn't it? Devil Boy 666, blimey. Is that a Omen reference? It might be. Damien. He was a naughty little boy, wasn't he? He was a naughty little boy. Well, thank you so much for being here, Devil. So, yeah, no, been sort of in between type days today. Not a classic summer day, but it hasn't been too bad. But we're in for warmer weather later this week. Temperatures are going to be picking up the Thursday and Friday, and then as we go into the weekend, we're going to find things turning a little bit more unsettling. In fact, there could be some quite heavy thunderstorms around on Friday night and into Saturday, I think. Is the summer pink? I'm just wondering. Let me know in the live chat what you think, everyone. Has the summer peaked now? So, like, we have had a very, very hot first half of the summer. A lot of dry, a lot of warm weather. Has that broken? Like, we probably will get further spells of hot weather, of course, if you go to, say, half July and August. That's like a sustained run of persistent high pressure, but really started probably around February or March. Has that broken, or is it going to come back? I wonder where this summer is going in the second half of it. But anyway, that's a possible topic of conversation. 30 concurrent viewers now. The viewers have gone up, so please get smash that like button, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Hello to moderator James. Hello to James with his spanner. Good evening, Gav. It's been warm, sunny day here. Hello to you, my friend. Thanks so much for being on the live stream tonight. Thank you so much to all of our moderators. So James is moderating for us right now. Other moderators might pop in as the live stream progresses. James and I have been working this week on the GavsWeatherVids calendar, haven't we, my friends? So the calendar is in the works for 2026. We now actually have our 12 photos, and we're beginning the design process now for the calendar. When we get to around, I think it'll be like second half of August, so last couple of weeks of August, we'll be doing daily announcements for the winners for the calendars. And, you know, we'll go through it month by month on a daily basis like we did last year, announcing every month's photo and whatnot. So that's all to come, and then the calendar, of course, will go on sale probably in September, and it's going to be absolutely epic. The 2025 calendar was amazing. The 2026 calendar is going to be going to the next level. It's going to, because we're taking a lot longer to work on it this time, and we're really going to refine it and make it into well, it was already a wonderful product anyway. I said last year, but the 2025 calendar would sell anywhere. We could put it into any shop, any outlet, and it would have sold, irrespective of the GavsWeatherVids brand, because the photos in that calendar were so good. And the same will be true, though, for this year's calendar, but even more so, because it's going to be an even higher quality product. So we're all very, very excited behind the scenes about our 2026 calendar, and we can't wait to get that going on sale and do our daily announcements. Kaz, thank you so much to Kaz for the super chat. Hold on. So sorry, everyone won't be live stream or video about a call. Thanks so much to Kaz for the super chat there. Thank you so much, Kaz, even. I love it. Thank you so much. That's incredibly kind, incredibly generous of you. Right, let's go through the live chat then, and then when I've done that, we'll start display captioning. So first person in was tonight was Binley Boyo. Hello to Binley Boy. Thank you so much, Binley, for being on a live stream tonight. Unbelievable. How you doing, Binley? Hope you're okay, my friend. And Shoot was the second person in. Hello to Shoot. So much Shoot for being on our live stream tonight. I've been listening, or before live stream, I was listening to Chris Riz's The Road to Hell Parts 1 and 2. And I think Shoot is going to have a little listen of that. Make sure it's parts 1 and 2, though. The actual song itself, The Road to Hell, is epic. It's a great song. But if you listen to the extended version, it does, which runs about 9 minutes, so it's very long. But if you listen to the extended version, it turns what's already a great song into a real epic. And there's a lot more to that song than a lot of people realise just by listening to the shortened version of it. It's about there's lots of underlying things about that song, due to consumerism and greed and all of that sort of stuff. So it was released in the late 1980s, which was a particular time, when everybody was trying to get filthy rich and whatnot, and get rich quick schemes were going on. It was of its time, but it's a proper epic song. So Shoot, make sure you have a listen to that, my friend. Gav, pushing on the oldies to the younger generation. You've got to, haven't you? Make sure that these great songs and artists don't, die out with the older generations. The younger generation got to keep the torch going. Have a listen to that, Soup. Let me know what you think. Right, okay, we've got Anne Smith here as well. How do you, Anne? Thanks so much for being on live stream tonight. Rachel Bloxham was sneaking through, but we saw you, Rachel. We saw you. And Laura Johnson. How do you, Laura? Hope you're doing okay. Thank you so much for being on a live stream today. Send It has arrived. Send It. Hello to Send It. Now, Send It's got his bundle, so we sent it to Send It. Don't we? Send It got his bundle. Was it yesterday or Monday? All the days blurring to one when you get as old as me. But Send It has his bundle. No, we sent it to Send It, and I hope you're enjoying it, my friend. Hello to Shiram. Thank you so much, Shiram, for being on the live stream. And Devil Boy, blimey. Hello to you, my friend. Hello, Devil. Right, Shiram, I think the second half of summer will be very different to the first half. Maybe. Yeah, it could be shaping up to be that way. Okay, Anne Smith, hello to you. Oh, I've shouted out Anne already. How are you, Anne? Hope you're doing all right. Got Julian Marks on our live stream as well. Hello to you, Julian. Thanks so much for being here. Frosty Thunder. Hi, Gav. Can you do a storm watch for Friday night? I tell you what, we could get up a bit of high res, I guess, couldn't we? Now where am I going to go for that? So we want to go to Mechatella and also Chew. We could start with a little mini little mini. I can't really say mini since I have my tongue sliced open. But we could do a little mini Stormwatch, couldn't we? Okay, so we'll have a look at a bit of high res as well. Why not? Thank you, Frosty, for being on a live stream tonight. Love it. Okay, Laura. Good evening from everyone here, Gav. They are watching in the background, so there's another 3 viewers, even more if you count the teddy bears. Oh, lovely. We're going to do a GavsWeatherVids teddy bear at some point, Laura. That is in the works. I know James is thinking about that, so we will have a GavsWeatherVids teddy bear for you at some point in the future. We've been promising it for years, haven't we? But that's definitely going to happen. Hello, Katrine. Greetings to Katrine Brown. Hello to your lovely family as well, Laura. Hello to Katrine. Doing right, Katrine. Thank you so much for being on our live stream tonight. Shiram, think we might get more warmer, hot days this summer, but not sustained. That's what I'm just wondering now, Shiram. Has like the summer peaked? It's possible that it has, but of course we'll have to wait and see about that. It's all speculation at the moment. Love it. What's he doing? Right, okay, let's go down. Hello, Adam Coulter. Good evening to you, Adam. Thanks so much for being on our live stream tonight. Got Guy Morley here. Hi, Guy. Thank you so much for being here. And John Bevan. Hi, Gav. Personally, feel autumn will come early. Have lost most of the fruit on trees and flowers appears to be finishing early. I guess everything started early. That's probably why, though, because I always think that kind of thing is more of a reflection of what's happened, rather than predicting what's to come. So, like, everything started early because it was such a dry, warm, hot, sunny spring, I guess. So if everything starts early, everything's going to finish early. Probably. I don't know. That would be my suspicion about that. But it's going to be interesting to see, isn't it, whether the summer has peaked and we go into an early autumn, or whether we sustain it. Right, Graham Dolan, hello to you. Evening, Gavin. Evening, everyone. There's a lot of talk about a monsoon in August. Blimey, we don't need that. Don't want a monsoon. Want some nice, consistent rain for the gardens, but we don't need a monsoon. Kaz, can you give me some cooler spells at points in the rest of summer, please, Gav? I will do my best. I'll call up the weather gods and have a word, see what they can do for you. Devil Boy, my dad is a scientist for the North Atlantic. Oh, nice. Right, okay. It's interesting. Hello, Black Weather. Good evening to you, my friend. Thank you so much for being on our live stream. Kaz sounds like a Del Boy kind of thing. The 80s. Del Boy was of his time as well, wasn't there? And Minder, Arthur Daly, all of those sort of characters were of that era, weren't they? Interesting times. Hello, Matthew Orchard. Good evening, Matthew. Thanks so much for being on the live stream. How are you doing, Matthew? I hope you're doing okay, my friend. Right, I'm coming down towards the bottom of the live chat now. Great day. Love a bit of Christmas on the beach is my favourite. Yeah, that's a good one. Driving home for Christmas, as Kaz says as well. But like the Road Hell Parts 1 and 2 is like a real epic. Like it's just one of those songs that's that it's more than a song. It's like a piece of art. Really, when you combine the whole sort of 9-minute thing, it takes about 2.5 minutes for it even to get going. The first 2.5 minutes you just hear like it almost sounds like an ice cream van and a little bit of chatter whirring away in the background. It's a very, very, but the song, the actual song part of it, which is part 2, is like awesome, but like with parts 1 as well, it is literally like a work of art more than just a song. So it's definitely something that everybody should listen to. The whole thing combined, the whole 9-minute version. James said another giveaway live on the Discord. So if you're on Discord, we're giving away a £20 Amazon voucher for Discord members. Discord members. So make sure you're responding in the giveaway channel well. And next week, somebody will be winning a £20 Amazon voucher to celebrate getting to 20k, and that's going to be absolutely awesome. Other giveaways are coming as well. We aren't finishing with the giveaways. We have got more on the way as well. Hold on again, everybody. So sorry once more, everyone. Hello, GXD10. Good evening to you, my friend. Thanks so much for being on live stream. I shouted out Julian. Got Julian Marks here. Devil Boy, my dad has found some very worrying news, which I can't really say. That sounds ominous, Devil Boy. Let's hope things aren't too bad. Right, I'm all down, down bottom of the live chat. So hello to all of you at the bottom of the live chat. I'm going to start display capturing very shortly. Quite a quiet live stream, as we are tending to be at the moment. We've got 35 concurrent viewers with 18 likes on stream. So if you could smash that like button, thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. It's a shame that I've had to give up the Sunday live stream, because that's like gab time, wasn't it? But obviously I've got my bills to pay and whatnot, and I've got to do the other job. And that is particularly focused around end of week and weekends. That's when service stations are at their busiest. But, you know, it's a bit of a nuisance, because I know, like, Wednesday, people got other things to do at work, coming home from work, getting their dinner, and whatnot. So Sunday was always perfect, wasn't it? Sunday was a great time to be for Gav. But Sunday was Gav time, wasn't it? So it's a shame that we've had to stop doing the Sunday live streams. Maybe I'll find a way at some point in the future to bring those back. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for being here on this live stream tonight. Matthew, how's the second job going, Gav, in the heat? Hot. It's hot, Matthew. Very, very hot. But, like, I have it easier than the chefs. At least I'm not out in the kitchen, like, cooking up the food. I'm just handing it out to people from the counter, taking it to tables and whatnot. And I do get a bit of air coming in from the doors. But yeah, you know, it's an experience. I'll say that, and a particularly hot one as well. Hello, Anil. Good evening to you. Hello, Gab. Hope you're well. Just finished watching your autumn video. Yeah, Long Range is back on Sunday, so we're not able to live stream for you on Sunday evening at the moment, but we are able to bring the we are able to bring the Long Range back to Sunday evenings, and so Sunday mornings, I should say, 10 a.m. Sunday morning releases for the Long Range. The last one it did a lot better for views, so I think it's on about 1,000 views now, which is pretty decent for autumn anyway, because it's one of the seasons but doesn't get as much interest as like summer and particularly winter. But I'm quite happy, you know, with the views on the last Long Range autumn update, but released on Sunday. So that's better. That's got the Long Range back to its regular day. I tried to release that on Wednesday and it didn't really work. Katrine, my favourite decade of music and weather is the 1960s, so it was my mum's. I also enjoy music from the 20s and the 30s. All right, you enjoy a bit of jazz, man. A little bit of jazz hands and whatnot. That sort of thing. That's nice, Katrine. Sure, hope the customers are nice, Gab. Yeah, everybody's very nice. All the customers have been lovely, and people I work with have been lovely as well. So it's okay. It's nice. Taking me a little while to get used to it, of course, because I'm completely different compared to what I've been used to. But like it's fun, actually. I have quite a bit of fun with it. There's a lot of humour in the hospitality, and like taking food to the tables and chatting with the lovely customers about taking their fish and chips out to them, and like carbonara and bolognese. I shout, you know, because it's pasta to go, as well as being a diner. It's like pasta to go. So when people's pastas are ready, I'm like, carbonara! And I never used to be. It's brought me out of my shell even more, actually. I wasn't one for like going, carbonara! And so, yeah, it's been fun. It's been all right. I'm enjoying it. And it's helping to keep the lights on in the towers. That's the main thing. Sure, love ABBA and 80s music. I can't beat a bit of ABBA. Can you? They were good, weren't they? A little bit of ABBA. Yeah, you can't beat that. Right, okay. When it comes to 25 past 6, I reckon we're going to start display catch. Got a lot to show. So we're going to do a mini storm watch. First of all, that wasn't planned, but Frosty asked if we could have a look at the chance of some thunderstorms on Friday night and Saturday, so we can do that. We're also going to do a 10 to 14 day. We're going to do everything that we do in a regular 10 to 14 day. The only difference is, what are you doing, Gav? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, blimey, I've nearly got rid of that. Are you sure you want to remove that? No, let's cancel. Whoa. I didn't remove you. What are you doing, Gav? What are you doing? No, let's turn the webcam off. The image. That's what I'm chatting, not concentrating on what I'm doing. Right, okay. So we're going to do, let's do that again. We're going to do everything that we would do in a regular 10 to 14 day. The only difference is that we can do it live for you tonight. We're also going to combine that with Stormwatch, and we've got a lot of long range to show. So I think it's fair enough to be display capturing early on the live stream. So in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. We're display capturing on this Wednesday evening. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. We're hovering between 30 and 40 concurrent viewers. Pretty epic. Thank you so much to all of you for being with us tonight. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is that little mini storm watch. Here we go, Ben. So, I tell you what, let's go to the facts charts first of all. This isn't planned, so this is all a bit thrown together. I wasn't planning to do a storm watch, so where am I going with that? Facts, okay? So, just to put things into context of what's happening. So, that's the current setup. Facts charts, of course, your interpretations other models by forecasters at the UK Met. So the current scenario, I love it, scenario. The current scenario, I'm so sorry everyone, is that we've got warm front sitting just to the south of the country. They're going to be pushing north. So by midday tomorrow, got a warm front heading across the country, increasing the cloud, but also dragging up warmer and more humid air again. That's midnight Friday. So at that point, we're within a broad, warm sector. We've got a cold front out to the west, and that's going to start heading across the country very slowly through the course of Friday. That is what's going to be the trigger, potentially, for some heavy showers and thunderstorms. That's midnight Saturday. So notice how that cold front gets towards the central swathe of the country, so Scotland, Northern down to Wales, southwest England. And then 12 hours on, that cold front has just kind of stalled, really. It hasn't made any progress. Ahead of that, we're going to bring some very unstable air from the south via this trough of low. And when you add the front, which could well be the trigger, combined with the humidity and the instability of that trough of low, put it all together, that could result in some very wet weather, maybe even some thunderstorms. We go further on, well, that's again midnight Saturday, and again you see how that front's just kind of become stranded across the country. Be to the east of that, we have all of the unstable humidity and whatnot. We actually form an area of low pressure then within that melting pot of instability as you go from Friday night into Saturday. That's midday Saturday with that trough of low right over the top of the country. So quite an interesting scenario, and slightly unusual scenario as well. What does it all mean in terms of the weather though? So let's have a look. Let's have a look at a bit of high res. So we'll start off with our pairs. Why don't we do that? This is coming from Weather Outlook, of course, from 2. So, not going to be much precipitation around in the next day or two. Most of the wet weather, what there is, will be in the far west and north. Many places will be staying dry, especially areas further east. It's really when we get on into Friday and Saturday that things get interesting. So this is Friday evening, started to bring up some big downpours from the south. That does have a thundery look to it, the vibrancy, because that might be just persistent thundery rain. I've got a feeling that will be persistent rain with embedded thunderstorms as well. And some very intense rain mixed in there through parts of the Midlands, East Anglia, eastern, southeastern England as well. That takes us through into Saturday afternoon. Most of the downpours then in the east. So most showers and storms and downpours will push up the eastern side through eastern England into eastern parts of Scotland. At the same time, though, Saturday night, we start to bring up more wet weather from the south, but probably going to be more persistent thundery rain, I would have thought. Persistent heavy rain heading northwards, but it could be some thunderstorms mixed in with that as well. And then we go through into Sunday, and again we're seeing more downpour, particularly focused on the Midlands, central, southern, southeastern England. So this is more of a southern, southeastern event, which is interesting. It's exactly where we need the rain, where it's been driest, Midlands, central, southern, southeastern parts of England. But Page is right, there's going to be plenty of useful and much needed rain to come through the south and through the southeast over the next few days from the week. Well, from Friday evening onwards through the weekend. And could turn into quite a weekend through parts of the Midlands, eastern England, for example. That's just one model, though. That's the pairs. Let's have a look at a bit more. So we can go to Icon. We want to go to UK. And then we want to go to precipitation type. But I tell you what, let's have a look at the Cape, because I haven't looked at Cape for a little while when we've done these little mini storm watches. So we could have a look and see how the Cape and Lifting is setting up. Now, what do I have to do for that? It's complete friend again. I wasn't planning to do storm watch. Well, I was just going to do the 10 to 14 day and then long range. So this particular section is very much a throw together. So bear with me. Right, 48 hours. This is Friday evening. A little bit of Cape and Lifted there across East Anglia, southeastern England. This is coming from GFS, of course. Overnight, from Friday and Saturday. Well, this is a problem that we tend to get a lot these days, in that the Cape isn't all that good, is it? So that's like Friday night and Saturday morning. There is a little bit of Cape, perhaps just enough for East Anglia, southeast England to get some lightning and thunder, but really you will want to see the Cape a bit higher than that. So again, it might just be heavy thundery rain that you have on Friday night. It's not all that much lightning and thunder included. That looks a little bit better. That's Saturday lunchtime into the afternoon. That's enough Cape across these eastern regions in particular to see some thunderstorms. You don't want ever so high levels of Cape. Sometimes when you go into these orange and red colours here, and you've got very high Cape, it's almost like you have too much Cape. You put a cap on the atmosphere, really. I always like to see the colours going to like the green and the yellows. Normally when the colours are in the green and yellow shade here for Cape and Lifted, that's when we get a better chance of thunderstorms. That's Sunday. Again, we've got those green colours there across parts of England and Wales. That's enough Cape to be sustaining lightning and thunder, thunderstorms once again. So yeah, the Cape's not amazing, but it's probably enough. Friday evening, bit concerned, but there's perhaps not enough Cape for most of us to have thunderstorms with that. But Saturday and Sunday, I think we do have enough Cape for some thunderstorms there to be included. Right, okay, let's go back to the Icon model then. And this is from Germany, of course, for DWD. So for the next day or so, what wet weather there is like persistent rain in the north and the west from that front that's going to stall and get stuck across the country. Things start getting a little bit more interesting like Friday into Saturday. So this is placed with a thunderstorm, particularly through East Anglia and southeastern parts of England. Some torrential storms through there into the early hours of Saturday. Not really affecting the Midlands, so I missed out on that, really. That's particularly for southeast and East Anglia up towards Lincolnshire. So as ever, we don't have particularly good agreement on what's going to happen with this. Those showers, storm, potentially thundery rain, pushing up the eastern side towards the eastern Scotland through Saturday afternoon, evening. Then more wet weather starts heading in from the southwest as we go through into Sunday. Becoming quite wet across many parts of England and Wales through the course of Sunday afternoon into the evening, heading up towards Scotland. Again, looks a little bit hit and miss for the Midlands, central, southern, southeast England and East Anglia there. Into the early hours of Monday, perhaps better chance then of some showers and storms moving through this southeastern corner. All in all, quite an unsettled weekend to come though, with showers and longer spells of rain. Okay, Graham Dolan, thank you so much, my friend. Graham saying, apologies for your super chat, thank you so much. Unbelievable. Graham saying, apologies for my negative comments on Monday. Were they negative? I don't know. Regarding long hot summers. I should really, don't know what that is, myself properly. Explain, I think that is. Explain myself properly. No problem at all, my friend. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much for your super chat. That's incredibly kind and generous of you. At 56 concurrent viewers, 21 likes on stream. Please smash that like button. Don't worry about it, Graham. And thank you so much for your lovely super chat there, my friend. That is amazing. Thank you so much. Right, okay, that's very generous. Thanks so much, Graham. Right, okay, so icon done. Let's go to WRF and have a look at that one. Why don't we do that? Where do I find that? There it is. Okay, so we're going to go to precipitation. There we go. Right, okay, so this is for WRF. Another high res model this time comes from Metacella. And, hold on. No, sorry, everyone. We'll go live stream out several cross. So, precipitation in the north and the west over the next few days. A few scattered showers further south, not all that much. Most of the rain is for Ireland and also for Scotland. Now we go beyond that into Friday afternoon, evening. Yes, I've got some downpours breaking out through parts of the Midlands. Then we've got some heavy rain moving into the southeast. That's pushing northwards. Looks like it could be thundery. That into the early hours Saturday. That's 2 a.m. Saturday. So that's particularly through East Anglia, parts of the East Midlands down into central southern and also southeastern England. Some downpours there, pushing northwards through the Midlands into northern England through the course of Saturday morning, drying up behind it. And that's as far as we get to with WRF, which is just at 2 p.m. on Saturday. At that point, I think most of the thundering activity has died down, but the wet weather is heading north through northern in Scotland, and there's more showers and longer spells of rain potentially lurking to the southwest. I'm not sure UKV will have updated at this point. So we're still on the freezer. It hasn't even started updating. So this is this morning's UKV. We can have a look, see how that one's doing. So some quite heavy downpours into Wales and Ireland, actually, through this evening. Might be some rumbles of thunder mix in there, and also affecting Northern Ireland as well. Most of that will die down, though, overnight. Tomorrow, we've got showers for Western Scotland, Northern Ireland. They might be a little bit thundery. Otherwise, quite a cloudy, warm, humid, oppressive type day, I think. Then Friday has more in the way of sunshine and a lot of dry weather through much of the day, but there will be some scattered showers. And then in the evening, that looks like thunderstorms moving through the channel onto the south coast there. They push through southeastern England and into East Anglia through the early hours of Saturday. And then further showers and thunderstorms pushing northwards through Saturday, bringing more downpours with them. Into Saturday evening, but looking quite hit and miss compared to most of the other models. This is something that we do see with UKV. It could be right, but my suspicion here is that UKV is just downplaying the potential, you know. And this is something that we do see a lot. It's a flaw within UKV. They can't seem to resolve this, but it doesn't pick up the true convective potential. So my suspicion is that Friday night into Saturday, the downpours will be more widespread than that is showing. That's Saturday evening, so some heavy showers and thunderstorms there potentially into parts of northern England. And then that's Sunday, so again, very hit and miss with the downpours. Not much going on in the south, probably underplaying the potential. Early hours into Monday, showers and storms through northern England up towards Scotland. That is how this morning's UKB is looking. In about 20 minutes, UKB will be starting to update for the 15 there. be a 3 p.m. run. So that's your little mini storm watch there. That was a throw together. Wasn't planning on doing that, but I hope you enjoyed that. SB, hello to lovely Celestial. Knowing my luck, they'll still miss me, though. You look quite well placed, I have to say, SB, within a lot of that model output. But, well, hopefully you'll get a downpour. I know that you like a storm, SB, so hopefully you'll get one. Hello to Ethan. Good to Ethan. Thanks so much, SB and James, for moderating. Hello to Ethan. Hi, Gab. Hope to see some storms since I always miss them. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you, my friend. As ever, I'm never very confident about, you know, doing storm watches and whatnot. Well, I prefer snow watches, really. I get a better hit rate with snow than I do with thunderstorms. I do find thunderstorms very hard to predict, very hard to forecast in this country. Not sure why, probably because they tend to be more thundery showers than like large thunderstorms, and the models really struggle with that. But I'm always better with snow than I am with thunderstorms. But we'll see how it goes. There's still a couple of days to firm up on the detail there. I think they'll be pretty widespread. I think they'll be more widespread than UKV was showing Friday and through Saturday and Sunday. But as ever, we'll wait and see. We're at 60 concurrent viewers, 27 likes on stream. Please give us a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. Right, that's Stormwatch done. And thank you so much for the suggestion to Frosty Thunder. Thank you so much, Frosty. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much, my friend. Right, let's move on and do your 10 to 14 day. So we're going to do everything that we would do in a regular 10 to 14 day. The only difference, if I do it live, is like people will be able to watch it back, of course, after the stream as a regular 10 to 14 day, and it will be starting about 39 to 40 minutes into the stream if any timestamp watchers are interested. Because you do get people, you know, posting in the comments like 10 to 14 day starts, whatever it'll be, like 39.39 seconds into 39 minutes, 0.39 seconds into the stream, and that there are people that do that. So it's about 39 to 40 minutes here. Right, okay, here we go, mate. We're going to start with latest temperature observations from XC Weather. So we've got 25 degrees at the moment across the south. It has been, I'd say, quite a warm afternoon, despite a fair amount of cloud. Boscombe down is at 25, and Southampton also has reached 25, 22 degrees at Cranfield, 23 degrees at Church Lawford, East Midlands at 22, going northwards to Bingley is 21 there, Warcop is at 20, Strathallan is at 21. We've got Lochglascannock at, I'm not very good at Scotch, just drinking it, not speaking it. Lochglascannock is at 20 degrees. How's my Scotch there, James? Belfast at 19 degrees. More work needed, I think. Down into Wales, Gapelcurrig is at 18 degrees. Seddy Bridge is at 18. I've got Cardigan at 18 as well. The highest temperature is definitely in the south and in the southeast corner, but these warm and humid temperatures will be pushing back northwards again over the next day or two. As we explained with the storm watch, we are going to drag up some quite warm and unstable air into the south. Right, let's move around from earth.nullschool.net shows that we've got low pressure just sitting out to West Country, poised and waiting to start dragging up that very warm to hot air from the south. Let's just have a little sip of tea. That's nice. Right, so we've got low pressure out to the west, poised start dragging up that very warm air. Of course, there's going to be that Wales front as well, but we'll get stuck cross country. It'll be to the north and the east of the front, but we have the highest of the temperatures coming up from the south. Central England temperature has ticked down, so we didn't reach 19 degrees. We're now sitting at 18.7. That is 2.7 degrees above the 61 to 1990 average, provisional to the 15th. So up to the mid part of the month. Yes, it has been a hot first half to July. Definitely is that the peak of the summer, though. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles. Next couple of weeks, we're looking at Birmingham today. The red line is the 30-year upper air temperature as your Birmingham. See those upper air temperatures lifting up as we go through the next few days, so becoming very warm again through Thursday and Friday. Then seeing the upper air temperatures lowering as we move into the weekend, then hovering close to the long-term 30-year average into the last week of July. Precipitation-wise, we've got a lot of dry weather to come over the next few days, next couple of days, but we do have some pretty big precipitation spikes there through the weekend and into the start of next week. After that, the final week of July, again, we do see precipitation spikes. That's probably a more unsettled ensemble graph than we've had through most of this summer, to be honest. Obviously, the most unsettled part is just here early on through the weekend to the beginning of next week. But even beyond that, there are some pretty large precipitation spikes, which does look like certainly a more mixed second half of July, possibly an unsettled second half of July. Okay, what's that done? Temperature anomalies for the next 5 days. The 21st of July, above average. The 6 to 10 day, also coming out a little bit above average, but lowering. 10 to 14 day, which goes a bit below average in the northwest, still slightly above average in the south and in the southeast. Precipitation anomalies, this is a change. The next 7 days are actually above average, and particularly so for more eastern regions, which is quite unusual. That's down about heavy downpours and thunderstorms, I think, through the course of the weekend. The 8 to 14 day precipitation anomaly starts trending a bit drier, especially to the south and to the southwest. Right, we're going to start going through the chart data. Oh, thank you so much to Katrine. Thank you so much, Katrina. I've got down to 36 concurrent viewers. That's very, that's very strange. It was 60 a moment ago. Not sure what's happened there. Thank you so much to Katrine Baso for the super chat. That's unbelievable. Thank you so much, Katrine. I love it. Thank you so much for all of your generosity. Kaz, Graham, and Katrine. Absolutely amazing. JL, Gav, when was the last time we got an SSW in December? And does that usually make for a good winter? I can't actually remember off the top of my head, JL. I always find like the January SSWs are better, to be honest. January Southern Stratford War events seem to be the ones that deliver the best chance of like a midwinter, I guess. Best chance of decent cold weather. December's, we do have a few. We had one in 2000, I think, and was there one in December in 2018? Maybe 2018, just around Christmas, New Year. Can't quite remember. Somebody will know, I'm sure. December's tend to be a little bit more hit and miss, I think, in their, in their response. But it's one of those things that I have to go back a research, because actually, my friend, I can't remember off the top of my head with my magic water adult brain, to be honest. Right, okay, we're going to start doing Stormwatch. No, not doing chart data, sorry. We've done Stormwatch, haven't we? Going to do chart data for you next. So, let's enable the hover, and we're going to begin with the UK Met Euro run. So this is midday on Saturday, and we've got low pressure sitting to the west and to the southwest, drawing up an unstable southerly flow. A lot of warmth and humidity will be heading northwards with that area of low pressure. The low pressure will be sitting over top of the country Sunday and into Monday, then moving out to the east with something a little bit cooler heading in behind it. That's a setup midday next Wednesday. Low pressure is moving off to Scandinavia then. A ridge building in from the Azores. If that's sending us off and running into another spell of very warm, hot weather and settled weather, or will that just be a transient ridge and the next low going to roll in over top and flatten it off? Well, let's pick up the story further with ICOM. Again, we've got that low sitting just to the southwest of us as we go through into Saturday. That will be bringing heavy showers with it below right over top of the country as we go from Sunday and on into Monday as well. Showers and or longer spells of rain, and that takes us through to the middle part of next week. Again, the Azores highs having a go at ridging up from the southwest, but all looks a little bit flat. I'd say low pressure in the North Atlantic, high pressure to the southwest, and again, we just bring in like a flat westerly. Okay, let's have a look at the KMA. This will be the midnight run for the KMA. Let's do that. Then go to 72 hour. Okay, so low pressure's out to the west of the country. As we go through into the weekend, or Friday, and then the low sitting over top of the country over weekend will be bringing showers and or longer spells of rain. Heading on into the extended, that low pressure moves off Scandinavia, a ridge builds from the southwest, bringing a lot of dry weather with it. We end up like that, so that's the 28th of July, low pressure to the north, high pressure south, flat and westerly. Not too bad for the south, but it's certainly not a return to the sustained dry, warm, hot conditions that we have had through this summer. And then the GFS is looking like this. Again, low pressure to the west and to the southwest on Saturday. That will be bringing heavy showers, longer spells of rain and downpours too. So that low then moves off. A ridge is down to the southwest as we go through towards day 10. So trying to get the Azores high back in. Is that going to generate high pressure? It has a really good go at it around or just after day 10, but again, we're not sustaining the ridging now. So very quickly, the next area of low, it probably does turn very warm there around day 10, 11, as we draw up the air from south, but very quickly, the next area of low is starting to move in, bring showers and or longer spells of rain. Remember, low sitting over to the east of the country centre, somewhere around the Baltic Sea for months, and we're going to cool and showery northwesterly flow. Looking more mixed, potentially unsettled and cooler, with a few warmer days mixed in there for the second half of July, but no return of sustained dry, hot conditions. If you're enjoying my live stream, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much everyone for doing that. Drop a comment, let us know what you think about this and all of our videos, content, live streams, etc, etc, etc. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids and get them to subscribe to. And thank you so much everyone for doing that. It's absolutely amazing, incredible, unbelievable. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbour, tell your doctor, tell your vicar, tell your co-workers and tell your mother-in-law to subscribe. And thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. James 298, for anyone that's tuned in, we're giving away a £20 Amazon voucher gift card. If you're on the GavsWeatherVids Discord server, all you have to do is react to a message and you're entered for your chance to win for Monday. Indeed, my friend, we're going to be giving away £20 for Amazon's out, a £20 Amazon voucher for 20k subscribers. Absolutely epic, unbelievable. James saying Atlantic looks to be waking up now. Lol, it does a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah, not sustaining those ridges. The Atlantic could end up by striking back for the rest of summer. Says shoot, possibly. Maybe, my friend, we'll see. Certainly has that kind of feel to it, doesn't it? So if that's so, that would make summer 2025 a classic front-loaded summer, as by far the best weather was like in June into the beginning of July. So this may be shaping up to be a front-loaded. Right, okay, GM, again with low pressure to the west and to the southwest on Saturday, bringing heavy showers and longer spells of rain. Low pressure is sitting over top of the country into the beginning of next week, then moving off to the east with a ridge out to the west. That brings quite a lot of dry weather with it. And we head up towards day 10. Low pressure south, low pressure to the north, high pressure to the south. Classic sort of westerly type scenario with that one. And then the ECM looks like that. So we're going to go to midnight run for the ECM. Again, low pressure is over top of the country as we go through into Saturday, bringing heavy showers and longer spells of rain in with it. The low pressure sitting through the country into the start of next week too. And then beyond that, we've got high pressure to the south, low pressure to the north. Ending up toward day 10 and beyond it, high pressure ridging in from the west to the southwest. It brings a lot of dry and warm weather with it too. Now, ECM strong with high pressure, interestingly, into the last week of July, telling us that this sort of break in the weather that we're seeing, like with the GFS, etc., isn't a done deal. There's a possibility we might have stronger ridging, stronger high pressure through the final week of July, bringing up those very warm to hot southerly winds. That looks pretty thundery, I have to say, with the ECM by month's end. Right, okay, so this is how the upper air temperatures are looking there. So, again, we've got some very warm air sitting just to our south. We drag that northwards as we go through into month's end. So it does become pretty hot with the ECM, actually. And almost getting plus 20 Celsius iceberg into the south-southeast. So looking very warm, if not hot, with the ECM through the course of the last week of July. Bit of a turn up of reports compared to the other bottle output, and in a moment we'll see where that scenario fits in within the ECM ensembles. This is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Timeout.com. So showers coming in from the west over the next few days. And then we've got this heavy rain, thunderstorm potentially moving northwards through Friday and into Saturday, bringing the risk of some very wet weather at times as well. Further wet weather to the southwest through Sunday, heavy showers, longer spells, rain, thunderstorms, etc., etc. And those downpours then carry on coming into the extended. So that's the 23rd of July, more downpours down in the south. The trend after that will be a drying one for day 10. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today. For day 10 from the Icelandic Met Office gets us to the 26th of July. 23 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure to the south, low pressure to the north, flat and westerly. 16 with high pressure ridging in from the Atlantic into northern Europe, bringing a lot of dry, warm, very warm weather with it as well. And 12 with high pressure just to the south, low pressure is away to the east, looking rather flat and westerly. In 2 weeks' time, this is the option map we've got. If it's going to move over, is it going to... What's that doing? Okay, besides like Met Office website, pretty cumbersome. Right, this gets us to the 31st of July. So 21 members of the each ensemble, low pressure to the north, northeast, high pressure to the west, southwest. Again, looking rather flat and westerly with that driest weather in south. 19 with a trough over Denmark, a ridge out in the Atlantic, some sort of low pressure through here, and 11 with high pressure ridging in from the Atlantic, bringing a lot of dry weather in with it too. Range of options at day 10 and day 14. CFSB2 beats a 500 millibar high times, broken down into week periods. The first week period takes from the 16th to 22nd of July. Next week with high pressure to the northeast, gradually breaking down as low pressure comes up from the south. Week 2 is going to be the 23rd to the 29th of July. And again, well, this is looking quite hot and anticyclonic, I have to say. High pressure south from the east, low pressure away to the northwest, drawing up wind from that southerly direction once more. Week 3 is going to be the 30th of July to 5th of August. Low pressure or Scandinavia, high pressure in the Atlantic, winds in from the flat westerly direction. And then week 4, let's just put in a question mark because it's not particularly clear what's going on. But that could be quite unsettled, I think. We've got high pressure across eastern Europe and out in the Atlantic, low pressure through the country a little bit like that. CFS for August looks like this. High pressure is in the Atlantic. Low pressure's up here, rather flat and westerly in August. The temperature anomaly is no better than normal, and the precipitation anomaly shows signal a rather more mixed August would be likely there. Let's do some long range and then we'll get the live stream wrapped up. So this is how August is looking for 700 millibar high starting for CFS, probably a little bit westerly. July, what I'm talking about, September, is looking like this. High pressure is over and to the east coast, low pressure towards Iceland, looking very settled and potentially quite warm there in October, in September. October sees high pressure right over top of the coast. That should be mostly dry and fine. November, that could be a little bit colder. Mid-Atlantic ridge there in November, probably a trough through here, and will bring the wind in around to like a northerly type direction. December looks like that. So we've got high pressure to be northeast, probably some sort of lower pressure heading in from off the Atlantic. And then January, oh dear, look away now if you want a cold January. That's going to be bringing up a southwesterly wind from the Azores, so every 6 months away, so not worth worrying about. Let's go for Copernicus sweep. This is how the ECM is looking. So August with high pressure, bringing a lot of dry and fine weather, you would have thought. September looks like that, much more unsettled, so completely different to CFS. September looking rather wet with the ECM. October looks like that. Some cold potential in October. High pressure towards Greenland, low pressure over Scandinavia. Winds coming in from the north or northeasterly direction. November is rather westerly. Low pressure towards Greenland, high pressure through the Azores. Winds coming in from a westerly direction. And December, again, we've got low pressure to the north, high pressure is to the south, and looking rather westerly. Metro France looks like this. So again, we've got high pressure in August pulled away from us, lower pressure through here. That's closer to the CFS. That would be a rather more mixed month in August. September, September. Again, with this ridge from the Atlantic into Northern Europe, that could be very warm in September, but might be a bit volatile if we get low pressure around France. October, again, could be a little bit cold. Could October be our first sort of cold month since, or cold and average month since January? Would be a long time coming if it comes off. But again, we've got a bit of Atlantic ridge, trough over Scandinavia. That could bring the wind around to a northerly, so that could be quite a chilly October. November, well, we have got some northern blocking with Metro France in November, so that looks like it's setting up a cold pattern, but the problem, as ever, is the heights to the south. Wanted to keep like a southwesterly going, so November's a bit in between. And then December looks like that, just classically mild with high pressure to the south and bring the wind in from a flat westerly direction. DWD looks like this, so low pressure up here and low pressure through here. Could there be a ridge actually through there? No, a little bit bizarre in August. September looks like that, unsettled and potentially quite wet in September. Low pressure through much of Western Europe there. October, just classically westerly, high pressure to the south, low pressure to the north, into those westerly winds then. November looks like that, a little bit of colder potential in November, some higher pressure in the Atlantic, particularly if it was able to get up towards Greenland, that would bring wind in from the northeast. And then December looks like that, hint of a Scandinavian high in December. If that came off, it would bring the wind around to the east. It could be quite cold in December. We've got a CMCC, I should say, looking like that. Again, low pressure there, low pressure there. Could there be a ridge in that white area? Maybe. That could be a dry, warmer pattern for August. September, high pressure over Scandinavia. So that could be a drier month. Winds coming in from the east. Could be warm and a lot of dry weather in September there. October, again, hint of something a bit colder. It is a trend within these Copernicus models. Mid-Atlantic ridge, trough over Scandinavia. That'll bring the wind in from the northwest. November, again, we've got ridge in in the Atlantic coming in from the west there, and then December, high pressure. It's a mild bridge this, with the air coming up from the southwest, but it could be frost and fog and inversion, but fundamentally that's a dry and mild, December there. And then the ECCC, let's just see how things are going over on YouTube at 55. Can come you, please smash that like button if you enjoyed live stream. Come towards the end now, everyone. Greg Donald, this was my question on Monday. When was the last time all summer months were hot? I would say 2022. Maybe, not sure, but probably 2022 was probably when we had like 3 hot months, I would have thought. Yeah, I would say 2022. So 115, 56, please smash that like button if you enjoyed showing it. Coming towards the end now. Everyone, thank you so much for being on our live stream tonight. Okay, right, so the ECCC for August looks like this. Lot of long range, blink and you miss it. Low pressure to the north. Could we send him a ridge? Send it. Could we send him a ridge to the Atlantic there? Maybe. September looks like that. So it could be a drier September. So a bit of uncertainty, uncertainty really for August and September, which is like the most reliable part of all of this within these Copernicus suite of models, I have to say. That'll be a drier and warmer September there. October looking quite unsettled. Most consistent signal potentially for a rather mixed and potentially quite cold October, I think here. Most of the models are placing some sort of a ridge close to Greenland. The ECCC quite toned down with that, but like it is there towards south of Greenland. And again, that'll bring the wind in from the northwest to the north. So the most consistent signal within the Copernicus suite so far is probably for something colder, or cooler anyway, in October. Oh, that's quite interesting. That's November. High pressure centering towards Iceland. That could bring the wind in from quite a chilly easterly, southeasterly direction. Oh, and that's very interesting. That's December. Now, that is a proper Scandinavian high. That would be a cold December, definitely. So October, November, October chilly, November potentially quite cold, and then December could be like a proper cold month with a persistent Scandinavian high and easterly wind. That's the ECCC. We haven't seen any other model doing that, and maybe we won't with the free remaining, but like the ECCC, that looks pretty good for a cold December there. But of course, it's a very long way out. This is a pure meteorology. This is the Australian model. Low pressure to the north. Again, some sort of a ridge trying to come towards us just there. September. That could be unsettled and, well, it could be unsettled in September. It's like westerly, so it might be a rather wet and windy September. October, more anticyclonic and probably not overly cold or chilling in October, just keeping things from the west. November, looking wet, windy, probably stormy and very mild. Deep low pressure in Iceland and Scotland, bringing in a westerly flow completely different to the ECCC, and that goes on into December as well. That's very mild, stormy, wet, windy end to the year. Low pressure dominating from off the Atlantic. Boo! We go yay to the ECCC. We go boo to bomb. Boo to bomb. Right, so sorry everyone. We're nearly done now. Livestream, thanks so much. JMA, so we go from Australia to Japan. August, no, higher pressure, a bit further northwards in August, probably brings in a warm, possibly quite hot easterly wind, but could be volatile with thunderstorms. September looks like that, not really clear what's happening in September there. Let's put in a question mark, looks very flimsy. October, well, still sort of that idea of high pressure in the North Atlantic and potentially some sort of northwesterly or northerly flow there in October. So if you're ready for something cool, it all starts getting quite interesting like September, October, I think, particularly October. November, Mid-Atlantic ridge, probably bring the wind in from the northwesterly. And then December, well, that's almost good for a cold December. We got high pressure, but that's probably like bring wind in from that kind of direction. Just going at high pressure a bit further north. So this is a big high, though. Very strong high in the Atlantic, but there is quite an Atlantic influence coming in with that. Got to get that high pressure a bit further north. Instead of being centred there, we want it centred about 400 miles further north was there. But it's a long way off, and, you know, that's potentially quite interesting there for December. And then finally we've got the UK Met. Thank you so much, everyone, for an amazing live stream. This will be the last Wednesday live stream for a couple of weeks, for a regular Wednesday live stream for a couple of weeks. Next week I'm going to be live for channel members. So if you're a channel member, you will get your second July channel member live stream next Wednesday, and you know, I'll confirm all the detail on that on the community page. So if you're a channel member, watch out for that. But like the next channel member live stream for July will be next Wednesday. That means that for a regular live stream, probably going to be 2 weeks today, if that's all right with everyone. So next week's 10 to 14 day will just be a regular video upload. Right, Met Office finally, so rather westerly, could be a little bit more mixed in August, September, looks like that. So high pressure is out in the Atlantic, low pressure to the northeast, bringing the wind from the west, could be a bit cooler and more mixed in September. October, again, high pressure in the middle of the Atlantic, trough low towards Scandinavia, probably still quite westerly, but high pressure a bit further northwards. Then we will start bringing something a bit colder from the north. That's November, so low pressure just there, high pressure out there. Probably a lot of northwesterly winds this autumn, if that's right. A little bit cooler and mixed in November. And then December, though, is just classically mild and westerly. We'll see, and time, as ever, will tell. Thank you so much, everyone. Amazing live stream. Unbelievable. Hello to Hazel Kitchen. Good evening to you, Hazel. So much for being on the live stream tonight. Thank you so much, Hazel, for being here. Right, we'll get it wrapped up. Thank you so much to hello to David Collins. Hello to you, my friend. Thank you so much for being on our live stream tonight. Okay, so we'll get things wrapped up. Thank you so much to SB and to James for moderating on the live stream. Absolutely epic. Thank you so much to James and SB for doing that. Right, okay, so let's end it there then. Thank you so much to all of you. What's Hazel saying? Hang on. Hope everything's alright, Hazel. Hope everything's okay. Right. Okay, everything's okay. Your care will get there. Don't worry, Hazel. Your care is going to arrive. They wouldn't not. Right. Okay, we'll end it there then. Thank you so much, everyone. Been on live stream. Tomorrow we've got 6 AM UK weather forecast. We're going to have a 10 to 14 day as well. The next live stream for channel members. So the next live stream will be for channel members next Wednesday. Time, dates, etc. has been confirmed on that. Probably about 7 PM. And then the next regular live stream for everyone will probably be 2 weeks today. Again, I'll confirm that. 10 to 14 day next week will be just a video upload. And don't forget, the long range is now back on Sunday. Sunday releases for the long range. Right, we'll end it there. You enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much for checking in. Super live stream tonight. And for this one, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. And bye for now.